Alright, man, in this video, man, I'm about to call a spade, man. I'm about to tell the truth. Those of y'all who don't like the truth or don't like when people keep it real, don't watch it. I'm telling you right now, that's the best I can do for you. It's the best I can do for you. I'm finna say it. Here you go. I know a lot of y'all love Atlanta. I know Atlanta popping right now. Atlanta is really a tourist city. But here's the thing. Here you go. Atlanta is up for grabs. Not just Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, but Atlanta metro area is up for grabs. It's up for grabs. Whether it's from out-of-towners, whether it's from doggone big-time doggone weight pushers, or whether it's just simply the colonizer, the government, the oppressor, gentrification. Atlanta is up for grabs. Hence, that's the very reason why when you go places and you say, hey, where you from? Again, you could be in Decatur and you ask the person where they from. They might tell you they from West Side Perry Homes. Perry Homes been got towed down. Boring Homes got towed down. Doggone what's the other one? Bankhead Court, man. These places, East Lake Meadow. I'm from East Lake Meadows. I'm from doggone Perry Homes, Boring Homes. I'm from Carver Home. All of these places got tore down. Now, people rep their hood so proudly. They so proud of where they from, you know what I mean? And mainly they glorifying doggone genocide. That's really what they doing, because in all of these places is places where we did dirt to ourselves. Most of these places that black folk represent, the majority of the people who live there, they look like us. And so the dirt that we do and all of the negativity, we do it to ourselves, man. A lot of us ain't taking no accountability, no accountability for it. And these just the facts. But I'm saying that to say, when you go on a certain side of town and you like, man, you could be out there in Douglasville. Hey, man, where you from? I'm from Adamsville. What you doing out here in Douglasville? Either you done got pushed out, either doggone it was too dangerous, or it simply just don't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? You want it better in life. And that's just what it is, man. It's okay to be proud of that. Hey, where you from? Oh, I grew up in Bankhead. Nigga, you all the way out here in Conyers. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, you know, I get it, man. People want to be proud of where they grew up from. And like I said, we don't glorify doggone evil and danger. We don't glorify it and made it look good. You know, anything most black folks touch, man, we can make it look good, man. I'm talking about, like, we can make anything look good, man. They can make a derogatory name for us and call us the N-word. We'll take it and use it as a form of doggone, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying, man. We'll make it look good and call each other that word. Don't want nobody else to call us that word, but we'll do it to ourselves, man. And that's just how it is, man. So that's some sick psychology for you. You know, but now the truth of the matter is, man, Atlanta is up for grabs, and the metro area, meaning the surrounding cities. If you don't believe me, look at the Toby Grants. Look at the doggone Boring Homes. Look at the Perry Homes. Look at the East Lake Meadows. Look at the Carver Homes. They're gone. Look at Grady Homes. Look at Capitol Homes. That was they housing. The housing development was their project, and it was theirs to tear down. And they tore it down, and you don't own nothing. If you don't own no home or no business, you ain't got no community. You ain't got no hood. Look at what happened to Edgewood recently. They got pushed out. They went to the west side. Hey, man, what's going on, man? I'm going to keep it real brief, man. Just about 3 days ago, man, I was strolling, you know, going on YouTube, checking notifications, stuff like that, man, and came across a video, fried chicken or something, Georgia peach. Man, forgive me, man. I don't remember the title of the video, but it's like a popular YouTube channel, man. And I seen old boy from White Tea Franchise Boys, Parlay, and a couple more other cats, man. And they were just talking about the you know, east side and the west side, you know, and you know, people are, you know, representing their side of town. And the crazy thing is, you know, for a long time, I mean, When I say a long time, meaning like 30 plus years ago, folk from Decatur, they screamed Decatur. Stone Mountain, they screamed Stone Mountain. Then you had Town, which was Lithonia, they were doing their thing, like ever since Dre said he caught the 86 Lithonia headed to Decatur, Town, like, hey, that was a shout out for them. They've been on the map ever since, and of course, Bruce Street is like over there in the heart of like Town, and then around like 98, Marble Road, they was on the they were putting themselves on the map, putting their stake in the ground, and all up and through Decatur. And when I say Decatur, meaning like the outskirts, Old Hurst, that's like the city of Decatur. But you had like McAfee, Tilson, all up and through there, you know what I mean, Glenwood, Keller Road, all up and through there. That was like the I guess like unincorporated, you know what I'm saying, part of Decatur. It wasn't, that ain't the city, like. So what you'll notice is the majority of the people who did like real Decatur, you know what I'm saying, it was, the ones who was on the outskirts of it. It wasn't the ones who was like in the heart of, like, I mean, you had people in the city who repped it, but not like the ones on the skirts, you know what I mean? And that's how it was. And Scottsdale, old fashioned, like Scottsdale always did their thing. They literally sit like North Decatur, you know what I'm saying? Decatur, like one of the biggest city in the Atlanta metro area, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like Scottsdale is its own community, it's its own community, and they always, did Scottsdale, Georgia, and that's just how they roll, you know what I mean? And so they old fashioned, man. They've been like that for a while. And then no different than Kirkwood, like Scottsdale not a city, and then Kirkwood ain't no city. Like both of them, they like communities, you know what I'm saying? They communities. And so, when it came to like Stone Mountain, that's a city. Decatur City, Pine Lake, Avondale, Lithonia, and them other cities in DeKalb County, like 13 cities in DeKalb County, but the ones that's north DeKalb, like that's like the Shamblers and Dunwood is there. That's north, you know what I'm saying? So that's on the verge of northeast, you know what I mean? But it always been broken up like that, you know what I'm saying? Like east, west, north, south, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. And it's just been like that, for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But here go the thing, though. I'm going to say what most people don't want to hear. And it's just the facts, man. I mean, you can argue with your mama. You can argue with whoever you want to argue with. I'm finna just put it out there. When it comes to Atlanta and the Atlanta metro area, Atlanta is up for grabs. It's up for grabs, man. Atlanta is up for grabs. Take it how you want to take it. It's up for grabs. I mean, shoot, just to prove it to you, I'm finna sum it up just a little bit, right? Peep game. If you go to North Decatur Road, right, over there in Scottsdale, talk to anybody who from Toby Grant, ask them, hey, where's Toby Grant? Where's Toby Grant? That's the ones from Cedar Side, over to Cedar Park. When the last time you been to Cedar Park? If you go to Cedar Park right now, today, the day what, August the 10th, if you go to Cedar Park today, is the Cedar Park that you see today, is the Cedar Park that was there 10, 15, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? What about Toby Grant? If you go to the west side, you ask somebody from Bourne Home, Perry Home. Hey, when the last time you been to Bourne Home? When the last time you been to Perry Home? If you go to, Jonesboro South, South Atlanta, Carver Home, man, East Lake Meadows, man, y'all get where I'm going, man. Shoot, gentrification. So you got a gang of people represent. Okay, yeah, they're my side of town. They where I'm from. Yeah, whoop de whoop. Yeah, I'm from over here. Da. But at the end of the day, when it come down to us as black folk, young black men, shit, man, a lot of folk, man, I ain't gonna be rude and say stuck on stupid. A lot of young black folk ignorant, man. They ignorant. And what I mean by that is you do not have no community if you do not own the homes, townhomes, and apartments and duplexes and businesses. If you do not own no business, a home, a duplex, a townhome, well, you can't call none of this your hood or your community, man. I mean, I get where y'all coming from. This what raised me. This was rough. This was the slums. This where I come from. Da da da. Listen, man. If you do not, I repeat, if you do not own the homes, apartment complex, duplex, townhouse, condo, if you do not own the business or one of those places I just named, man, we ain't got no community, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, city of Stonecrest is one of the best model cities in the Atlanta metro area. City of Stonecrest. And big shout out to South Fulton. South Fulton is the blackest city in the United States of America. I want to say between 98-99% black folk. South Fulton. South Fulton became a city when we became a city, meaning the city of Stonecrest. We were in the southeast. You know what I'm saying? We're in southeast DeKalb. You know what I'm saying? The southeast corridor, to be exact. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all who never even heard that word, corridor. You know what I'm saying? Go and pick up a book, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, get you some literature, man. Do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we fail at as a people, man. And we our own worst enemy, man. Why people talking about, you know what I'm saying, the gritty part of town and the grimy part of town and being from the gutter. That ain't even, man, that gutter was created for you to be there to struggle and not have nothing and be doggone a low life and a number statistic. You know what I'm saying? You are object to somebody's project. Nigga, they experiment with your ass. That's what's really going on. You're an experiment. And so with that being said, we are our own worst enemy. You know what I mean? Shoot, just, yesterday? They just found a 29-year-old black female with 3 children, shouting, hung from a tree, shouting in Mississippi. A month ago, Nolan Will just got his wig pushed back around nothing but white folk, right? And don't nobody know nothing. In the same place, Mississippi. Nigga, young black man still getting gunned down on the regular. Right here in the United States. Nigga, the whole United States is Mississippi. And we just turning a blind eye. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you know what I mean? But yet and still we perpetuating the ignorance, doggone, that they want us to perpetuate, you know, by living up to the stereotype and out here, doggone, doing what we do to each other out here in these so-called slums that's being gentrified all over the nation. You know what I'm saying? So while people still trying to, doggone, stamp certain hoods and certain areas and certain slums, shit, man, you doing the work of the colonizer through divide and conquer. Shit, you helping to keep it divided, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, you don't even realize you're doing it, you know? But back to the whole city of Stonecrest, though, meaning you talking about the wealthiest minority city in all of Georgia. This is what makes Stonecrest better than all of the rest of them cities in Atlanta metro area. And like I say, big shout out to South Fulton. And then I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Castleberry. I give an honorable mention to Castleberry, you know, shout out to Peter Street, you know what I'm saying, and Cascade. Those are my 2 honorable mentions, you know what I'm saying, Castleberry and Cascades. But shoot, when it comes to Stonecrest, Castleberry, Cascade, and South Fulton, shoot, but we make the whole Atlanta look good. Because this is where the bulk of your black folks are. And this is where the ones who doing something with themselves, you know, who have a little wealth. You know what I'm saying? Notice it. Now, I ain't say rich, I said wealth. We the ones holding it down. Everybody else, they just running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They renters. So one minute they represent this hood. Oh yeah, I grew up over here on Glenwood. Now I live over here on the west side. Yeah, because you got pushed out. And a lot of people getting pushed out, you know, because like I said, as long as you rent,
then you can't call no place home because you just renting. You ain't finna be there long. You just renting. You know what I'm saying? You might have a little room, mate, but if you don't own nothing, like you ain't got nothing going for yourself, man. You broke, man. You struggling. You out here trying to. You ain't got it together, man. You got to figure it out. And so we are on worst enemy at this point. You know, these folks ain't really got to do much, cause we doing it to ourselves. This is why a lot of time in Atlanta, man, what you'll notice about like a lot of Atlanta natives, most Atlanta natives everybody done lived all across Atlanta. One minute you live in Overlook, Atlanta, over on the west side by Bankhead train station, like over in that area. You know what I'm saying? And then let me say this about the west side though. West side always been historically black. If you look at they schools, man, I'm talking about they named after prominent people, man. You got Washington, you got Doug, you got Darrell, you got Mays, you got Banneker. You got most of their schools named after like prominent black figures in the community. Look at the Rhodes, Ralph Abernathy, Joseph Lowry, Joseph Boone. You even got what's my man name? Sherman, like the family that got do all of the construction, like a lot of construction in Atlanta, down at the airport. Herman, I think it's Herman Russell if I recollect correctly. So like Atlanta got like some big wigs, you know what I'm saying, who don't put in work for this city to be the city that it is, man. But like I say, it's like a lot of the youth, but they lost. And what you'll notice is most of the people I've come across in Georgia, most of the people I've ever came across in Georgia, they want to be a part of something. You know, they done brought the gangs down here. You know, that one a southern thing, man. Kind of like UGK, that Pimp C, man. Down south, G's, down south, people stack G's. You know what I'm saying? You know, get to the money, man. Nobody went on no gang banging and, hey, this my turf, and like nobody went on that. You know, when New Orleans, doggone, back in 05, got pushed out of their city, they came to Houston. Some of them went to Memphis, very few of them, but then a lot of them came to Atlanta. Ever since 05, boy, we was shouting your ass 1,000 times, but everybody is shouting. You look at the little child, hey, man, get a little shouting. Your girlfriend, hey, man, where little shouty at? You be a little side chick, everybody would call shouted, man. Everything was shouted, you know what I'm saying? People shouted your ass to death, you know what I'm saying? Since 05, now everybody on that bruh. Bruh. No, bruh. No, bruh this, bruh that. You know what I'm saying? Then you got half of New York. They done left they city and done came down here. Florida came before New Orleans and New York. You know what I'm saying? And hence, little Vietnam. They were the fighting over it. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta is up for grab. I'm a Grady baby. But I'm here to tell you, Atlanta is up for grab. Capitol Homes gone. Grady Homes gone. But like I say, all over the nation, you know what I'm saying? Gentrification is happening. Especially if we don't own nothing, then we can't keep nothing if we don't own nothing. But last not least though, like I say, when it comes to motivation, man, big shout out to Stonecrest over here on this southeast corridor. You know what I'm saying? East side, DeKalb County. It's like this right here. Majority of the residents own their homes and the businesses. Zaxby's black owned, Chick-fil-A black owned, McDonald's black owned, both of the Bojangles black owned, Smoothie King black owned. I think I said Steak and Shake. A lot of the retail shops are black owned. The Arabian Mountain Vineyard is black owned. And, it's too much to name. One of the largest landowner in the city of Stonecrest, black gentleman, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of wealth here, you know what I'm saying? A lot of old money, like black money, that is. One of the oldest African American communities, Flat Rock, you know what I'm saying? So the rabbit hole goes deep, man. Like I said, a lot of time, when you see certain people online and they talking, it's like, man, it's just entertainment, man, a lot of time. But a lot of these folks lost in the sauce, man. They lost in the sauce. But I will say this, though. Wherever you live, know the difference between cities and communities. when you get to Capitol Avenue, or when you leave the heart of the city, right, which is Capitol Avenue, and you hit Memorial Drive, going back towards Stone Mountain, you got East Atlanta, which is gonna cut off right there at Kendall Road. If you go straight down Memorial Drive, once you cross over Kendall Road, you is not in East Atlanta no more. So, of course, East Lake, Kirkwood, Edgewood, all of that, that's East Atlanta. And what a lot of people don't know, East Atlanta is a community. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, Kirkwood is a community, but like I say, Atlanta patrol all of that. From Kendall Road all the way back to Turner Hill, East Side. From Kendall Road all the way back to Turner Hill Road, which is Stonecrest Mall, East Side. And then you got, the South, which is South Atlanta. After South Atlanta, you got like College Park and East Point, which is adjacent. They next door to each other. Once you fall below East Point and College Park, you got doggone Clayco, Riverdale, Riverdale and Monroe. You know what I mean? That's south, like all the way south. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't South Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And so you got North Atlanta. And then you got, on the west side, you got Adamsville and Bankhead. But like I say, it's really broken up northwest, northeast, east, west, southeast, and southwest. And that's the whole breakup. But yeah, man, people lost in the sauce. Nah, for real. But last but not least, though, like I say, don't say you ain't know. If you don't own no home, no business, but you ain't got no community, you're going to get pushed out eventually. You don't belong. They're going to push you out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got your weight up. And I know this right here. Stonecrest, Georgia, Black in Business. So yeah, I said what, 8 months ago, I want to say in 2025, over 20 plus thousand black folk got pushed out of Atlanta. When I say Atlanta, like in the city of Atlanta, over 20 plus thousand black folks got pushed out. So whether they going to Douglasville, McDonough, Conyers, Social Circle, Covington, Atworth, up 400, they done got pushed out. They can't afford to be here, inflation. And so I will say this though, man, shout out to Rollo. I like what he doing over there in Vine City. Shout out to Tip and Killer Kill from Adamsville. Bought back Bankhead Seafood, you know what I'm saying? And, Tip done brought back, like, affordable living over there on his side of town. You know what I mean? So, it's the folks in the city who making moves like that on big boy, on a big boy level, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way we gonna, be able to represent this city. You know what I'm saying? Or the metro area, because everybody else getting pushed out. They can't afford to be here. You know what I'm saying? And then not just that, if they gonna be here, like I say, they're gonna be the same very ones that's playing that crab in the bucket game, man. It's kind of like, they ain't got their ish together, so they kind of like, shoot, they gonna have to grab on somebody's coattail, because they ain't got their weight up. And they ignorant and oblivious to what's going on. And it's been going on for the last 20 plus years, man. When them folk came back in 2004, they said, we want the city of Decatur back. They put letters in people's mailbox saying they finna take the city of Decatur back. You read that 5 years, boy, them folks came and took Decatur, boy, into my gangster season, boy. Like, boy, how did y'all miss that? Shoot, man, I'm over there, doggone. I'm the director of Sunday Beer. Many of y'all may have seen Sunday Beer that's floating around the city. Them folks, doggone, over there, we document, doggone, over there in Toby Grant and Scottdale over there in their hood. Shoot, man, them white folks ain't gonna come take our spot. Them white folk came and took y'all spot. We ain't gonna let them white folk come take our spot. Every time they build something, we just gonna keep the door, whoop-de-whoop. Boy, Toby Grant is gone. What you talking about, man? Cedar Side is gone. Them folks over there walking their dogs and jogging through the neighborhood. They done revamped the whole park. You know what I'm saying? Gangster season, man. Like, do y'all not see what's going on? Y'all that ignorant? Don't be hoodwinked, boy. Old Atlanta gone. It ain't coming back. Those who doggone remember them days, had some good, and had good times. It is what it is. But right now, boy, like I say, boy, we up against a whole new beast, and it ain't just happening here in the Atlanta metro area. It's going on around the nation. Sure, Brooklyn ain't the Brooklyn it used to be. All over the nation, man. Shoot, from Cincinnati, man, you go certain places. Yeah, it's just, it ain't nothing like what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So, they gotta elevate, man. I mean, especially at a certain age, man. Shoot, you got wife and children, man, and you done survived what you've been through. Shoot, it was never meant for us to stay in them conditions. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who done lived in a real hood, lived in a real ghetto, a project, and I like to use the word project because the truth of the matter is, if you are an object to somebody's science project. It's an experiment. It's just an experiment. You know what I'm saying? Housing development. Man, Google urban renewal, man. These people doggone making decisions doggone for you. You probably think you making the decisions, man, and you not. It's by design. I mean, it's no wonder, man. You can go to a place like Conyers and say, hey, where you from? Person might say, man, I'm from Allen Temple. Hey, you from Allen Temple? What you doing all the way out here? You done got pushed out. Shit, where you from? I'm from Toby Grant. You all the way down here, Morrow. Shit, where you from? Shoot, I'm from such and such, like all over Atlanta, man. Everybody tell you, man, I was raised over here on the east. Now I live on the west. I was raised on the west, now I live in the east, man. No stability. You know what I'm saying? No stability. Whether their parents just didn't have it together, or whether they just got pushed out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, the people who live in Boring Home, they ain't vote for Boring Home to be tore down. The people who own it, you know what I'm saying, or who in control, they the one tore it down. So how much power do we really have? So you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's like, it's phony, man. It's fake, man. People be fronting, man. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you front long enough, you'll start believing it. Like, we ain't running nothing. You know what I mean? Shout out to Stone Chris. Shoot. That's where the real black folks at, man. That's where the real black folks at, man. But we got to, get our ego under control, man. And, everybody got a little change, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, look, we can't be over here bumping heads, man. We got to figure this out now. We got to keep working together and devise a plan, man, on a big boy scale, man. But nah, man, y'all stay tuned to part 2, man. I'm going to really go in and give y'all the history of Atlanta, man. But nah, Atlanta up for grabs.
But it's small.
Right.
Why will we own the buildings? We own land.
And that's how it go.
Property.
Right, that's how it go.
That's the key.
That's the key.
Oh,
that's the
man,
key. When you own the homes and own the businesses, then you can call yourself a community.
That's right.
But outside of that, you just renters. And so, you get pushed out through gentrification. You know what I mean?
And that's what they doing. They pushing us out.
Right.
And they taking it back. Like
they taking it back. Right.
They did it in D.C. They did it in Baltimore.
And they're doing it in Atlanta.
Both cities, and they're doing it in Atlanta.
Yeah. But like I said, history has a way of repeating itself. In other words, like when you don't know your history, because like even when you look at it in terms of the plantation, whenever a group of blacks get together, they break it up. Yeah. And they call it urban renewal. Yeah. They call it yes. And they call it like a red line. They got names for it. You know what I mean? These political names for it. But now we patronize Double Scoop, man, and all of the businesses here in Stonecrest. And like I said, we 95% African American, predominantly the wealthiest minority city in all of Georgia. And then in most of the buildings and retail businesses you see. Yeah. So I mean, even right there, like Golden Crust. Tasha owned Golden Crust.
Okay, what is that?
That's a Jamaican restaurant. Yeah. So it's a chain, and I want to say they started up in New York. Right. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that son done cooked the girls. It's like they done turned white up there.
Oh.
You notice that? Double scoop girls no chunk white. But on this side, they still black. The sun ain't hit them that much over here. But over here now, chunk. Y'all doggone one of Zayana's favorite places. Y'all know she been coming here since a little baby, you know what I mean? So she's 9 years old now, and so we still rocking out with double scoop. Already know how it go. Sitting back, got my hair in a man bun, and you know, of course, rocking my double scoop shirt. Stonecrest, Georgia. Y'all know how we do. And then now we always talked about having a pizza place, and surprisingly, you got if you notice right there, New York Pizza ATL Social fixing to open up in like another week. So I'll let y'all know how that go. And you got Golden Crush right next door to Double Scoop. Y'all already know Stonecrest Salon down there, Black on Liquor Store. So yeah, man, we in doggone one of the wealthiest cities in the state of Georgia. Well, minority cities. I'm sorry. Minority cities. And so they we on the hills of Prince George County. So like I say, we just gotta keep patronizing and supporting our city. And keep y'all updated, man. We're gonna chill out and finish enjoying our Double Scoop, one of our classic restaurants and hangout places.